by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcast, management, or advertisers of the network. The show is found under LJA Broadcasting Network. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and/or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LJA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last. There's a full moon shining, lighting up the highway like a beacon to you. Like a beacon.
From deep in the desert of Nevada, broadcasting to the world, it's the Glenn Larry Show. Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, the Glenn Larry Show.
I am here, buddy. Welcome to the show. Another fantastic Tuesday night. I do bid you all welcome, everybody out there, whatever time zone you might be in or whatever country you're at. Heck, it's good to have you on. Good to hear you. I'm glad you're hearing me because we're going to be talking to you today. We're going to have open lines. And I also want to thank all my late night drivers, of course, you know who you are, and the ham operators and the big side banders, 73s to all you guys. Silent Key, of course, Whiskey 60 Baker, I thank you so very much. K6RCL Galita, the old Dennis there, I want to say hello to him also. And to all the small affiliates that we have, small broadcasters that we are on their different channels, on a low-powered FM, low-powered AM, net also. Say hello to Leo out there. And K-Ghost Radio, FM 11.3, AM 1610, of course, all the folks in our little local town. KPFF in Pahrump, the FM station, get together. FM station up there in Pahrump is such a cool station. And I hope that you guys listen to that station up there. It's so cool. He does a great job. And don't forget to like us and subscribe to us on YouTube, by the way. You need that. We're kind of off of Facebook for a while, working that out. Has to do with logistics. It's all nothing. We didn't do anything wrong. We're not in Facebook jail or anything like that, but we are having problems to get the connection with because we had changed some passwords. And yeah, we're getting that figured out. I want to say hello to Dee and Ken over there in Florida, Neo and Barbara in London, of course, Pat and Jan in Canada. Oh, they got a lot of people listening in Canada. I got those hits are up pretty good, I'll tell you for sure. Randy and PA, Ed over here, and Rebecca, Jonathan, Lou, and of course Leo, and all the folks in Radioland that are listening to us tonight. We're going to have open lines, like I said. We're going to talk about UFOs, what's going on in that field. It's kind of crazy because the intelligence agencies, for some reason, want to stop the UFO talks. Yeah, they want to stop it from going on. These, they got a lot to hide. They got to be answering to a lot of things. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. A lot of orbs are being seen all over the countryside, all different colors, of course, from the orange ones to the green ones, and like spears when they come down. Some of these round orbs that fall from the sky, they come down and they stop and they land. They don't crash. And some of these have antennas. Seems to have no openings on these things at all. And I think they're time opening. That's what I was told by this gentleman the other day. And we had a long discussion about it. A lot of stuff on the internet about that, if you want to look that up. And there's been some current stuff happening. I hope that we do get some calls from Florida tonight when we open the lines up. I feel so bad about Maui, of course. Now there's a conspiracy going on around with that, that it was done by a laser, a direct enemy weapon, DEW. This is the latest. It's very sad. I know if they would have had that electricity turned off a little faster, maybe some of that could have been saved. But a lot was going on during that time, and they're still, finding folks that have passed, and it's just a mess. And I don't know how they're ever going to rebuild, but I hope they do. And I know that all of us up here pray for them, and that it's the best will turn out. Really, I hope that the best for those people. It just hurts my heart so much. Time travelers, are they us from the future? That was a question that came up the other night. And they're from the future, okay. They're us, okay. Well, what are they doing? Well, apparently they're taking the DNA and whatever stuff we needed to restart the race, maybe for this other world that they're on. But if they're time travelers, maybe in their time, they need to regenerate the race. They have developed so much. That's what they look like, these aliens with the large eyes and what have you. So that's another theory that's out there. And it's kind of interesting, to tell you the truth, that they could be us, but way in the future. And that's what we look like. Ugh, what went wrong? Their technologies are so advanced, and it could be us. We could be so advanced that we can travel in time now and come back and see what we were doing. Maybe they're trying to save us from something. Yeah, a lot of talk about war. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Washington, D.C., a lot of stuff going on over there on politics. Yeah, and we try to stay away from that. On purpose. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. The future is going to be very interesting this next several years. And if we can just keep it together, maybe some good things will come out of it. I pray for that. Want to say hello to the Pioneer Saloon out there. They've been around since 1913. And I go down there all the time. In fact, tomorrow, Wednesday, it's August 16th. You know, that date is 1977. Elvis Presley passed away. And, yeah, so they're having an Elvis week down there. Going to celebrate. He would have been, it's been, 88 years? Yeah, he would have been 88 years old. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, well, the Pioneer Saloon, and I go down there and have a little bit old man liver whiskey. Not just a shot. That's all right. Yeah, good stuff. But, yeah, I want to also thank Kennett Square over there in Pennsylvania. She has a nice little place, Creekside Diner. I'm going to go and see her in May. Karen and all the boys and all the EMT guys and first responders. Station 23, we say hello to you. And I said, hello, Chief Hall. He was just out here, by the way. I think you guys saw him on our YouTube channel. And a lot of fun. We worked on my truck when he was out here. And, of course, we did our best, and we had the freeze plugs go on us, and that was that. So I got another car. I have a Cadillac now, and it's a used Cadillac, 96, by the way. And it has an air conditioning problem, too. But at least we got transportation till we get that fixed. Well, that's going to be a lot of saving, I'm telling you for sure. Yes, okay. Now, if you're a small broadcaster or you're a broadcaster out there and want to carry the show, by all means, contact us. It'll be glennlarry51@gmail.com. That's how you may get hold of me on an email, and or you can call the station. It's all on the websites, on the K-Ghost Radio and the UFO Talk Radio. All the information's there. We're broadcasting live on the radio side right now. So if you went to goodspringsradio.com, you're going to hear us live on the internet on all those channels, even Country Vault Radio. Yeah, we're on there also. So we got a lot of channels out there, from iHeart to Twitter, Spotify. Yeah, we're everywhere. A little bit of Facebook. I think we're on one of the channels up there, one of the pages, but the other ones won't carry because we changed the password. And then this program I have, you can't do that. You can redo everything. So, and then you get to the point where you don't want to touch anything. You know, we don't want that to go away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, kind of funky business we have here in the world of radio sometimes. Just leave it alone. But it can be fixed. That's no problem. So I hope that your week was very good. Hope that you had a great week. I did. Got a lot of stuff done. A lot of running around. It was very hot and humid here, about 98, and very humid, like I said, and hot. And of course, I know in Florida, you guys get it pretty hot over there too. And the weather's been kind of hot everywhere, to tell you the truth. Some have had rain. I've heard that. We've got some dark clouds coming over. We might have a little bit of rain happening. That'd be nice. And, it's always later on, though. It's cooling down now, thank God. But during the daytime, it can get hot, tell you for sure. So, hope you had a good week. I'm going to open the lines here in about, I'd say about 8.5 minutes. But we're going to go to a bit of a commercial here. We'll do that for our friends.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
You ignore the signs, so you enable.
You don't want to sound like a hypocrite, so you enable.
You don't want to alienate your child, so you enable.
But if you think they're trying drugs, you shouldn't be afraid.
You're the parent.
So you are able.
You are strong.
So you are able.
There are others just like you.
So you are able.
And we can help.
So you are able.
Get help at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Where were you when Elvis Presley died? What were you doing? What were you doing in 1977, August 16th? What were you doing? And where did you hear about it from? I heard it on the radio, driving down the freeway. At first, I couldn't believe it. Like, what? Elvis is dead? Gone? Yeah. Pretty scary. Just I couldn't believe it. The king is gone. Elvis. Give me a call. Let me know what's going on. Where were you when Elvis Presley passed away? That's one of the questions for tonight. And another question for you. Have you seen orbs lately or heard of them lately? I'd like to hear about that also. But we're going to open the lines up right now. So here we go. Let's do that.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275.
Well, those are the numbers. So where were you when Elvis Presley died? I was driving my car, actually heading from a gig. And as I remember, it came across in the afternoon, I think it was, that I heard it up in Washington State. Yeah, maybe it was later in the evening there. But, yeah, it was shocked and hit the papers. Yeah, went a lot of mourners down there for that, I'll tell you for sure. Well, let's pick up the line and see what we got here. You're on the line, K-Ghost Radio. What's your name? Where are you from?
It's Ken from Florida.
All right.
I want to go to Florida.
Well, sir, where were you when Elvis Presley died?
I was in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I had a home on the Yellow Breeches Creek, and I was cutting grass. My wife was sitting on the back porch, and she walked over and she said, she motioned for me to come over. She said, Elvis Presley's dead. I almost fell off the tractor. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. You're a big Elvis fan, are you not?
Yes, I am.
I know that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So you're actually mowing your lawn.
I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh.
Not at that age.
Yeah. 42 years old.
42. 42 years old.
Yeah, he would have been 88 today or tomorrow.
I'm 35 years past that 42, and
You darn.
I'll be 77 on the 23rd of August.
Oh, great. Yep. And let me ask you this. I spoke to you the other day about orbs and fears and stuff. Can you tell me what you heard on that broadcast or that?
Well, that's why I sent that to you. They don't know what it was, but apparently there were several of them. I guess they were great big green orbs.
Mm-hmm.
She said, but they were coming down towards the ground. And here in Florida, you don't really, it's hard to get a good look at them because this is all flat land down here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many trees down here. When them things come down in a long distance, they just go out of your sight. And I don't know how high they'd be off the ground, but that's, and when they come on Facebook, I said, I got to let Larry see this.
Yeah, and thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Because I couldn't, I've never seen it now.
Yeah.
I've never seen any.
Yeah, I've had several reports about them from green to orange colors.
Yeah, these were green.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a good shot of them.
That's good. Yeah.
They must have been along the beach or something where they could see it because where I live, if I don't see it high, I'm not going to see it low.
Right.
Because the amount of houses and the trees and stuff there is down here, it's
right.
pretty hard to get a long distance whenever something's coming down here.
Well, once you've seen one UFO and what you experienced in your time.
I've seen one, but I've never seen another one.
Interesting. Well, they say you'll be able to see them once you've seen one. So keep your eyes open. Watch the skies.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes to the sky.
Yep. And lots going on in the ocean right now. A lot of sailors are talking about what they're seeing, and a lot of whistleblowers coming out. And
yeah, we got that down here. We got them coming right up and taking over right up out of the water. No splash, no nothing.
Yep, that's amazing. Just
they're
amazing.
just cut right through it. The thing is, and you never hear anybody talk about it. They see all of them. They see some of them going, some of them coming. They never break a sound barrier, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
How they cannot break a sound barrier. I remember, I think it was 1952 or 53, the first time I ever heard the sound barrier broke. And but these things, they travel. There's no sound barrier.
I wonder if they're in a protective type of vacuum of some sort, or I don't know. That's very interesting.
I don't know. You never hear anybody talk about the sound barrier.
Gosh, I've heard it from planes and jets before, but never from a UFO.
Well, you really don't want to get close to one if you see it. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. No.
I had told you about that before because something's going to get on you. You ain't going to like.
Yeah.
It's going to be on you for as long as you live. I'm telling you. I live it every day of my life.
Really? Oh wow. Is if I may ask, is it like a rash of something? What is it?
It's just every day when you wake up, you see that thing.
Oh.
You see it every day.
It's implanted in your mind. In your mind, it's planted.
Sometimes I'm laying here watching TV and I close my eyes a little bit and there it is. It's just there's no way you can explain it to anybody. It's not. You're not mental because you see that thing. I see it sitting there, and I see it taking off.
It's like it's embedded in your mind. I mean, it's there forever.
It's just there.
My God.
I often tell my wife, I said, I think they put a chip in my back. You sure have to talk to you private about that thing in my back.
Yeah.
It's just
right. You never know. I mean, they're doing AI now. They're doing all that stuff now. They got a guy that can walk almost normal because they put this chip in his head, in his brain. And that's interesting stuff. That's pretty crazy. Well, Ed,
I never got to see anything that was in that thing, but you went. How would I say it? There was too many military personnel dressed in white. You just didn't want to get down there. I was so close, man. I could have run right down there.
Wow.
But the the thoughts in your head are you're going to get shot if you get down there nosing.
Well, yeah, the military, they can do anything they want. They control
it wasn't, you just had to stay where I was staying and watch it.
Yeah.
And then have everybody laugh at you if you said something about it.
Yeah. Did they come and warn you? Do not say anything?
In a roundabout way, yeah. I'd have to tell you about that sometime. We're not on the air.
Yeah. I'd like to hear that story. Interesting. Yeah.
I know where they come from.
Yeah. That's more interesting. I want to hear that story.
I know where they come from.
Wow.
I took them there. I took them there. I didn't have no problem taking them there with their Geiger counters and all that crap they had. I said, here, right here.
Wow. Interesting. Gosh.
They come in the store after me, and I didn't hesitate to take them there. I said, you want to see it? You want to see where they come from?
Wow. Oh.
And there was still low-level radiation. But it was really low level. But I don't know why it was there, because I didn't see nothing come from that thing. There was no smoke, no dust, no lights, no nothing. Just in and out.
In and out. That fast. Yeah.
Well, it was fast.
It's like a teleportation type of thing.
No noise. None.
Wow.
None.
Yeah. There's so many.
Nice, clear moonlit night. But you really couldn't see it until they lit it up. Well, you could see it coming down out of there, but well, I'd still like Randy to get a hold of Steve up there in Duncannon and get him to come on the air and tell his story. He was a police officer.
Yes, I'd love to hear
Not
that.
Randy, but this Steve was. And
right.
I won't give his last name. Let Randy get him.
Okay.
Randy knows who he is.
Right.
I'll give him on there and tell you that story.
I got to give him a call and get him on get this guy on the air. I mean, it would be fun to have him do that.
I can tell you how to get a hold of this guy. Not on the air now.
No.
I can tell you how to get a hold of him.
Right. Let's work that out.
I don't know what he's so scared of.
Huh. Well, some people deal with oddity stress in different ways, I guess. But I sure appreciate you.
Seen it. He was on duty that night.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not the only one that's seen it.
No, I hear that. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad that they're witnesses. I've seen some stuff that people, if I told them, you're out of your head. No. We're
going to have to get Barbara on there and give her, see what her opinion is of that.
Yeah, I wish she would call. I'm going to throw a picture up here real fast. This was sent to me by a guy named Ed, and this is the picture. Now, right where I'm circling here is a saucer, and he took this, but just took it, enjoying the clouds, and this appeared in the cloud. I wish I had a way of making this bigger. Let's see here. If I do that, there you go. Well, it's up here. There it is there. And you can, at home, folks, you can zoom in on it. You can see what we're seeing here. So sometimes when you take pictures of the sky, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they cloak out or they're there. You never know. And I've seen them around clouds, going in and out of clouds before. And
well, Larry, maybe it was the one the captain got.
Maybe it's the captain's ship. You never know. You
got to get the captain back on there now. He can come down there and pick him up. Take him up there.
Yeah, it would be fun to have him back on again. Hey, Ed, I want to thank you for calling in. Okay, my friend. And
okay, I'll give you a call later, Larry.
All right, bud. Be well. Thank you kindly. Bye. Great guy, man. His story, I think we have it in archives, but he saw this whole thing land and the whole bit, and it's quite a story, and it's a true story. He was lucky enough to see this craft, and it's years ago, of course, but hey, he saw it. It was the real deal, and there's a lot of people out there, like maybe yourself. Maybe you've seen some UFOs. Maybe you saw craft that you couldn't tell anybody. Well, here's your chance. Tell them all about it. I was at the age of 7 years old, I think it was, and I saw one right out my bedroom window in Washington State on the west side of Olympia. And my sister saw it also. And she didn't come around for a long time about it, but when she did, finally she told the story, and it was identical what I said. I've seen several. I've seen several in the Santa Barbara area, up and also where was it? Indian Summers, which is a golf course up there, PGA golf course, and I had the contract with security up there, and it was a nice night. The sky was clear, no light, but the stars looked like huge. You could just go touch them, pull them out of the sky. And I watched this group of stars way up there, man. Look at these stars, and these stars, group of a cutout, like in the sky of these stars, were moving very, very slowly, very, very slowly. And the other stars around it, they weren't moving. So that was the mothership, I really feel. It was huge. It would have been like, maybe 20 football fields of that. Unbelievable. You could open up a newspaper and still see it and see them moving. And I went and got a witness, and another couple of folks saw it too. So I had documentation that it happened. And I think I even filed that with MUFON back in the day. I remember, yeah. But if you've seen a UFO or orbs, something like that, one I have up here is similar to the one that I saw when I was a child. Yeah, and this poster that's in Fox Mulder's office, The X-Files. I thought that was a cool show. Got a little wacky out there, but I really enjoyed the UFO part of it. That was pretty cool, I wish they'd make another X-Files. That'd be a lot of fun to watch. Going to give this number out again.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275. Now, back with Glenn Larry on UFO Talk Radio, deep in the desert of Nevada.
And boy, it's a hot one too, I'll tell you for sure. Yeah. So if you've seen a UFO, if you've seen anything like that lately, maybe in the past, a lot's happening in the skies. And it seems like when storms come around and happen, you start seeing some other things in the sky too, like saucers and what have you. So yeah, again, the lines are open. It's now almost the bottom of the hour right now, and we'll take your calls. Mm-hmm. In high school, back in my day, 1974 or 5, a group of kids from my high school had come and told us a story at lunchtime that they were up in the hills and they actually saw these saucers. And I laughed at them then because I didn't believe them, but their stories were all the same. And of course you can get together and make up a story, but it was pretty interesting. And I just kind of took it tongue in cheek, but now I really believe them because a lot more has happened in my life by seeing these things and what they do and the way they react in the sky, and just not human possible how we couldn't survive doing it. It's not us. It's from another world. And the weird thing it is, those kids in London, I believe it was Africa, a group of kids in a play yard at school, saw this thing land in a field across from the school the kids were at. And they all saw this UFO. And these two creatures appeared out of the UFO. And these kids now are up in age, and they're telling the same story. They all drew the same picture, and they were separated by investigators, and there you be. So they want to make themselves known, or were they up to no good? Maybe they were going to take these children. You heard about the people missing. Yeah. Maybe they wanted to do something wrong. Abduct, take them away. It would be terrible. A lot of missing people for all sorts of reasons. But it has been said that they've been taken too. Pulled, they call it. They're being pulled. Lady in New York City that was seen going out of her window into this UFO, coming out of the window and going up to the UFO. It was seen by a lot of people. In fact, the guy with the diplomat saw this in his car with his drivers. And it was late in the evening. Yeah, that's documented. Do you read a lot of UFO books? I've got a lot of them. From Project Blue Book on and on. I even have Art Bell's book. There's several out there. There's new stuff coming out every day. This committee meeting, this whole thing, the Congress, I really hope that they find some answers. It's a beginning. It's documented. It's history. It's happening. And like I say, there's agencies out there that want to stop those talks. And, well, I want to know when the next one's going to happen. Is this it for a while? Maybe 10 years down the line, 5 years, or who knows? But I think the world's ready for answers. I think that we're ready. Russia has quite a program like that. They're ready. So in Britain, they're ready. England. Yeah, and I think we're ready too. We just got to all push for that. Maybe some people don't want to know. Or is it all nonsense? Is it something to keep our minds occupied over here and they're going to do something over here? War starting over here. This, a lot of things going on. We want the right answers for everything. And I hope we get it. We'll be back right after this.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
I want to thank Shelton Battery out there. I just saw him the other day, and I had a little knee operation going on there. And the Shelton Battery, it's in, of course, beautiful downtown Las Vegas. Well, a little higher up than that. But yeah, they've been around for a long time. They helped out the station. And if you want to know about batteries, and in this heat, batteries don't last, especially if they're going down in voltage, what have you. Yeah, you're going to get rid of that battery. You're probably going to have to get a new one. I had to do it for the truck, and I had to do it for the CAD. So, yeah, I've been through the battery thing, this heat, and it happens every 3 years for a battery. It won't last that long. So if you want to know about batteries, give them a call. And that number is, are you ready for this? 702-362-8180. And ask for Jeff or one of the gals down there will tell you all about it. I want to thank Fran also with Carpets Tiles USA. He's been pretty active over there in Mesquite lately and getting things done. And just got back from Utah, I guess. But yeah, he did the station floor in here, and he knows all about carpet, from tile, you name it. It's an investment. It is an investment. If you have questions about quality of tiles and carpet, get a hold of Fran. It's the floor covering. He knows what he's doing. Ask him questions before you go out and buy something. You never know how long it's going to last. So 702-265-4419. Ask for Fran. He'll be there to tell you all about it. And thank you to Ray's Honey. Yeah, Raymond, what a great guy. Allergies went away with me when I took this honey. Yeah, of course, I'm low on it, and I gave a lot of it away on the air. People have gotten that honey. I've sent to them. 702-885-1260. Ask them about honey. Honey. Okay, back to the questions again. UFOs. Have you seen the UFO? What did you see? What happened to you? Where was your experience? Where were you when Elvis Presley died? The king of rock and roll. Tomorrow is the anniversary of his death. Yeah, it would be August 16th, 1977, when he passed away. So they're having an Elvis get-together, Elvis Week, at the Pioneer Saloon. And a lot of performers we come up there doing their Elvis, and they have an Elvis band there, I guess. And I'm going to see a lot of friends that I haven't seen for a long, long time that are in the business, which is going to be fun for me. I think it starts from 6 to 8. So it's going to be a couple hours of fun stuff. So if you're in the area at the Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs, yeah, check that Elvis thing out. And of course, they have entertainment on Saturdays and Sundays, and I don't want to miss that. And our calendar their calendar is on our webpage. So if you go to Pioneer Saloon, hit that, throw you to the link of their entertainment calendar. And Chris Ears, by the way, if you go to Country Vault Radio, you'll see Chris Ears. He has a picture of him there, and he has a barcode there, I believe, and a square code. And everything he's got there of a new album coming out, he's quite a songwriter, incredible singer, and a very good friend. And that's why we open the show with Chris Ears. Now, if you're on Country Vault Radio, you're going to see a bunch of artists there also that I deal with for years. And Ross Lewis is another star. John Conley's on there. And we had John on a while back on all the stations. And what a great guy. I mean, a really down-to-earth, wonderful person. And not only did I get it, but other people got it too. They like John. Let's see what we've got online here. You're on the air. What's your name and where are you from? And what would you like to talk about?
Hello, Glenn. This is Barbara.
Hey, Barbara. Someone just was asking about you just a while back wonder what you thought about all this stuff.
Is that right? Well, I do think that there's something going on with the government that is hiding from us. But there's a couple of topics I did want to call you about.
Okay.
Anyway, it's good to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to hear the show as well.
Well, thank you, Barbara.
I wanted to state that.
Okay.
But anyway, I did want to call about something. I want to call it a paranormal experience.
Okay. You had a paranormal experience. All right.
I believe so. Well, here's what happened. Last week we went up and we spent the weekend in Laguna Beach in California.
Yes, Laguna.
Are you familiar with this area, Glenn?
I sure am. Oh,
well,
yeah.
Anyway, in Laguna Beach, I don't know if you know, but they're there. They have a lot of smaller hotels. They call them boutique hotels, Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been there since the 50s, and they're not these big, tall high-rises that you see in some of the other areas in L.A. or Hawaii or some of these other spots.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're smaller boutique places, but they are old, and they do, bless their hearts, these owners of these hotels try to modernize them and make them a little bit posh.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, we stayed at this boutique hotel on the beach in Laguna.
Okay.
And it is older. When I say old, it's probably built in the 50s.
Okay.
And very nice hotel. Anyway, Glenn, so we were sleeping. It was Saturday night, and I felt it was, in Laguna by the beach, it's already a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
So, but that evening, it was around, I would say about 2 or 3 in the morning, it got very cold in our room. And I told Steve, I said, did you turn down the air conditioning? And he didn't really hear me. I think he had a couple more drinks than I did, but he didn't wake up. Anyway, I felt a tug on my toe, Glenn.
A tug on your toe?
I did. I felt somebody, and I jumped out of bed. And I said, who's there? Turn the light on. And of course, nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have swore I felt somebody pulling on my foot, on my toe, Glenn.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought, oh, my God, I've heard about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't go back to sleep. I ended up calling Janice, my friend, and told her about this. And I couldn't go back to sleep. I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I usually sometimes get up early and watch the sunrise when we're in Laguna. So I stayed up and I journaled about it, Glenn, about this experience. And evidently this is common for for people to have ghost experiences of the pulling of the feet. Have you heard of this, Glenn?
Well, I've heard of it happening, but I didn't know it was a big thing of it going on. I mean, how many people a year get that done? Is it just in that?
I don't know. I just heard of it. I did some reading on
Mm-hmm.
it, Glenn.
Okay.
And it when people go, and sometimes they have the covers that get pulled off. Them.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, or somebody sitting on your
because I
bed.
woke now. Now the covers were off me, and I pulled them back on, and then so they could have pulled it up, but I didn't wake up, Glenn, when they pulled the covers off, and then my foot was pulled, like someone was pulling my toe, Glenn.
Oh.
I thought it was Steve.
Yeah.
But he was out like a rock.
Wow.
Glenn.
Yeah. Well,
But
you
anyway,
probably had a
that
ghost.
happened, and I wanted to share it with you, Glenn.
Yeah.
About this experience that I had.
Right. Have you been watching the skies? Do you girls get together and do the UFO watch? How's that going?
We have not been watching the skies because it's still been a little warm outside.
Yeah.
And so, some of the ladies, they it's a little warm for them, and they like to stay indoors. And we usually sit around, and usually my house, and we just kind of sit around, have some wine and talk about what's been happening, the latest in the news.
Mm-hmm. Now, Barbara, where were you when Elvis Presley died?
Who?
Yeah, Elvis Presley.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I don't remember, Glenn.
Okay.
Now he was the hound dog.
Yes, Elvis was all that. Heartbreak Hotel, Unchained.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite remember. Do you recall Elvis when he was Elvis? Yeah, Elvis. Yeah, the king.
Yeah.
He got real fat. Yeah. He was a little overweight then. That's what I understand.
Yeah, he gained a little weight towards the end, but he was still good.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
he was very handsome.
Yeah, well, he gained weight. He had some health problems, and come out to find
But
out.
I don't recall. No, I'm sorry. I know who he is, but I'm not a. I mean, I hate to say I'm not a huge fan, Glenn.
Yeah, well, that's I am, but I can understand.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, yes. So
anyway, Glenn, there's a couple of if you have time, can I bring up another subject?
Yes, go
Glenn?
ahead, Barbara. Go ahead. We got time.
Well, I just wanted to bring up about this terrible tragedy in Maui, in Hawaii.
Yes, I brought the yes.
Now you know that we go to Hawaii, we go to Maui, and we visit at least twice a year.
Right.
So we have plans to go again very soon. So I talked to some friends of ours, and they suggested I do not go, Glenn.
Well, why is that? I mean, to the other islands, of course. There's nothing on Maui for you. I mean,
no, Maui.
No. Yeah, I would go there. I mean, why would you want to go to Maui?
Well, that's where we go, Glenn. That we have a timeshare.
You don't know.
A very beautiful timeshare. Not quite in the area that was burned.
Okay.
But down the ways in the Kanapali area, they call it.
Okay.
Well, but anyway, we were talking about going, and we had made plans for this, and then this terrible fire happened.
Yeah,
and
sad.
We talked to some people, and they thought, well, maybe I should go or I shouldn't go because I guess they're still cleaning up.
Yes.
They're not ready for us yet.
No.
We're for people, tourists.
I don't think they're going to be ready for tours for a long time. I mean, this is a pretty tragedy. That's bad. I mean, this is a small little island.
Very sad. I feel sad. I feel very bad for those people over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say? Tell him that was very inappropriate. Will you tell him that wasn't too cool to say that?
Hold on. Steve, Glenn said it was very inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. It's very sad for those people over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
He's just sitting there drinking.
Terrible.
Yes.
Steve.
That was inappropriate.
Anyway, we're up in the air about it, and we're leaning on the side of not going and maybe waiting a while and they're still cleaning up.
Why don't you go somewhere else this year?
We could maybe go down to Mexico.
There you go, Barbara. You have a condo there too?
We don't. We would just stay in a nice hotel, beautiful hotels in down in Mexico. So we'd stay at one of those. He loves Cancun.
He's Cancun.
Anyway, we'll go down there. But anyway, I guess, I did want to say, your listeners, this terrible tragedy in Hawaii, they can donate to the American Red Cross for Hawaii.
There you go.
And the proceeds go to help these people. Because, some of these people, they have their homes burnt down, Glenn.
Yeah, I know that. It's
they have
terrible.
no place to live, evidently.
Yeah. Are they going to?
So my friend, who Joyce, and she is, she's Filipino, and she has some family that live in Hawaii, and I was asking her about our trip, if we go, and she got very upset with me.
Yeah, I can see probably why.
She had said that the people there are grieving, and they don't have time to get drinks on the beach and pamper me as they normally do because they have no homes to live in. And after she said it like that, I mean, I guess she is right.
I think she is right. Yeah, I think she is right. I would just go to Mexico, somewhere else. What the heck,
Yeah, Mexico sounds. Viva Mexico! He's very excited about Mexico.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
He likes all the dancing, and they have really good tequilas and beers down there. He really enjoys it. Yeah, I like the Mexican girls too.
Yeah, I bet he does. Yeah.
He's terrible.
Yeah, Steve, unbelievable. Well, Barbara, is there any other questions you have tonight?
That's it, Glenn. I did want to tell you about the ghost encounter that I did have.
That's really interesting.
And I did want to bring up Hawaii. Anyway, it's good to hear from you. It's always a great show. You have wonderful shows. No guest this week, I know.
No, canceled on me.
That's too bad.
Well, he's got some seminars he's got to go on and stuff, but he's going to have some other folks coming on soon. But hey, people have been asking about you, Barbara.
You know what, Glenn? I've never been to your house. I've been what was it again?
Good Springs, Nevada. Yeah.
Now, do you belong to an HOA at all?
No. I own my property and my house, and so I can have my antennas.
Of course. We own our property too. Yeah. But the homeowners association, HOA.
Yeah, we don't.
Association.
No, I don't.
Don't have one.
No.
Yeah, we have a bit of a pickle here with ours.
Do you? What's the pickle?
People are complaining about a flag.
Okay, what about the flag?
Well, the neighbor had put a flag up.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Well, we are in the by rules. You're allowed to have a flag, a 3x5, and you can, as long as it's attached to your house.
Okay, what's
but
wrong?
They'll put a big flagpole, Glenn. The metal one.
Yeah.
Put one of those in there. So there's a big ruckus about it, and evidently he's a veteran, and he wants to have this, and evidently the rules say you can't do this, Glenn.
Did it say in the rules you can't have a flagpole in your yard? Is it written in there?
Well, no, but it says you can have a flag, Glenn, but it's attached to your house.
Yeah, interesting. Huh.
We would have to change the rules for this.
Yeah, well, why not?
I don't know. I mean, what if the next guy, the neighbor, wants to put a flagpole and put another flag and a Mexican flag or China or whatever kind of flag. Yeah, maybe one of those gay flags, rainbow flags.
What?
Steve says, "What about a rainbow flag?"
Steve. Yeah, maybe it'd be best to have it attached to your house. Yeah, that's probably. I have one here attached to the station, and we have a flag at that. And yeah, well, you guys got to work it out. You got to work it out.
We'll work it out. We vote on this stuff, these stuff, Glenn.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to hear from you again.
Well,
and
Barbara, thank you.
We'll talk to you soon, okay,
All right,
Glenn?
you keep in touch. Keep in touch. People are asking about you. All right.
And Steve is waving.
Bye-bye, Steve.
Hold on. Have a good night, Steve.
Have a beer. Another beer on me there, buddy.
He says, have a beer, Steve. Anyway, that's wonderful. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. Take care, Barbara. Thank you kindly.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, she's always so much fun. You know, she contributes to the station too in her way, and it's people like her. She's a very colorful lady. Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, so we got another caller. See what we got here. Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you from?
Hello, this is Mr. Thomas. Just calling in to talk about the UFOs.
Well, good. Let's talk about it, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
Good.
I'm glad that you're. I'm sorry to hear about your truck freeze plugs there and all that, but anyway, what came to mind about the UFOs, I think what really kicked it off, a lot of interest was the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember after watching that movie, it really seemed to take off, at least with a lot of the friends that I knew. And I saw a lot of people carrying books around, on UFOs and, trying to learn as much as they could about them. But with my experience that I'd like to share about is when I was a member of the Boy Scouts, we used to go hiking up in the high Sierras.
Oh, okay.
And up there, it's so dark. I mean, well, the stars up there are so bright. It's like the moonlight.
Yeah,
right?
no light problems up there at all. You're seeing black, and then you're seeing the sky. Huge.
Right.
It's beautiful. No light pollution. Go ahead, Tom.
But what's interesting about it, it kind of wasn't what I saw. It's what I didn't see. And what I mean by that is that there's so many stars that in laying in the sleeping bag and looking up at, just being amazed at seeing what was up in the sky, is to see something was blocking the light from some of the stars, and there wasn't any noise, and it was very slow. And just seeing that go across from like horizon to horizon was fascinating, and I never really heard, any. It was only later in life I've heard where people have had similar experiences. And I think Arizona had one where they saw a large craft that did the same thing. It blocked out the starlight.
Yeah, that was that huge V-looking craft. It took out all the stars when it passed through where people over their houses, even. Unbelievable. We have a triangle apparently craft now, which you would see from the bottom would look fully triangle, but it's not. But what these folks saw was just too big to even be flying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's huge.
Right, I remember that. And, the thing is, too, that's kind of mind-boggling, though, is, I know that the government, interferes kind of with, tries to control the narrative and everything like that. And I don't know how far they go with it, but the thing that I'm kind of wondering, though, is with the UFOs, like, whose side are they on? Are they on, the general population of the planet side, or are they actually working with the current, or the different administrations in the government? And if they are, what are they doing with the government administrations, as opposed to, are they working for the betterment of mankind, or, it's like, that would be, I wish there was a way that kind of information would get out.
Right. I said earlier, but they might be time travelers, or it might be us from the future coming by to get certain things to repopulate the world that's not there anymore in the future. Maybe using our DNA to bring back the humans that it was. They've, evolved into something what they are, and their technology is so advanced. And so now here they're coming back from the future, and they want to change some things, I guess. I don't know. That's one theory. Are they friendly? I don't know. Can they be hostile? Probably. Am I going to poke the bear? I don't think so.
Right. There's also talk about, like with the Sasquatch and Bigfoot are actually, related to the UFOs.
Yeah.
And, I've heard that as a theory that sometimes if you see an area with the UFO activity, that, there is a chance to see a Sasquatch, and that's why you see him and then you don't, because they get picked up and, taken away, I guess. But I've heard that one. I don't know if you've heard that one as well.
Yes, I have. Yeah. In fact, a lot of folks say that when they see a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, that sometimes there's a UFO in the area, and that they correlate together, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's I've heard that too. Yeah. From several people.
Right. And, with the time travel part, now that's kind of going up my street there.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that is the case. Now, as far as their appearance, I kind of feel again that when you start talking about advanced civilizations like that, whether they be time travelers or not, but I think they have the ability to create. You will see them as they wish you to see them. And what I would say with that, it's like, if you look back at some of the ancient civilizations like Egypt and look at some of their deities, especially like Thoth, who had the head of an ibis.
Yeah.
I figure that, if you look at the history of, if you were to travel back to Egypt, like even from this time, you would have to do it in a way that the current monarchy or the pharaohs would accept you as a god. Because if they didn't, you'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Right? And so I figure that they would use whatever they could to get that across to the whoever was in charge at the time. One being if you have the head of an ibis, definitely would I think make the people like hands off. And but when you read about Thoth and what his contributions were to their civilization, it really does make you wonder because he's attributed with helping them create their language. And that, to me, would be a good way of, if you didn't know what their language was, teach them one that you made up yourself.
Yeah, I think. Well, we're at the top of the hour. I've got to go, and I want to thank you so much, Thomas, for calling us, and hope to hear from you again, my friend. We thank you.
All right.
And thank
God
you.
bless you, and you have a good night.
You be well, my friend. Same here. Bye-bye. That's it, folks. I want to thank you so much, and play well, be well, and always have a great day. And like I say your prayers. What the heck, It's all about having fun in life and having fun on radio, too. And we do that. Stay cool. Have fun. See you next Tuesday.